that I knew. Oh, no. You know what? We made it. Hello everyone, welcome. So aside from that one close encounter, getting the harvester to the deep desert as a solo player has been actually a pretty positive experience. After the latest few updates, it has made it much easier to get there, particularly the increase of volume for the assault ornithopter. It used to be where getting the materials for the large spice refinery would take a single trip. Now I can bring more and in less trips. Not to mention that the barrier of entry into deep desert is also now easier and lower. We now have stravidium and titanium everywhere across the deep desert map. I've seen players taking the carrier and the buggy and just run along the shield wall to get stravidium and titanium. So if you're wondering if it's something that you should be doing or not, based on my personal experience, I would say yes. Now I only take the harvester to the PvP spice fields during very off-peak hours. And I only do that maybe 1 or 2 days a week. Before I go out, I just check the server status just to see the amount of players in one server, just to make sure that there aren't a lot of players around. And I'll put links to any website that I talk about in the description. One time there was a large spice field very close to the border that was active, still with quite a lot of spice remaining. You can see the other players have been harvesting there. It was like 40 minutes or half an hour before the server reset. I thought the other players showing up again was probably pretty low, so I managed to fill up the entire harvester in about 20 minutes. That was my best run, and it was the only run in a large spice field. Most of the time I just stick to the medium spice fields. Off-peak hours I will go to PvP areas, but still relatively close to my baseline. And during peak hours or time where I see a lot of players around, a lot of chat activities and things like that, I stick to the PvE area. I still use the harvester because we have medium spice fields in the PvE area as well. There was one that I went that somehow it was glitched. You could see that it was almost already empty. However, when I run the harvester, I was still picking up spice. And just for fun, I even took it to a small spice field just to run it and see what happens. Couple of seconds, you get 500. Anyway, it's a waste of time, don't recommend doing it. And having the carrier also makes harvesting stravidium and titanium very fast. I take the buggy, and I just run it in a couple of islands around my base in the PvE area during the peak hours. I cannot fill up the entire buggy, but I can fill it up halfway with stravidium and titanium. I could just do another run if I need to. So overall, my point of all of this is getting the harvester, getting a carrier, even when you're a solo player, will save you quite a lot of time. It makes all of this so much faster. I find myself now with so much time that I actually go around the deep desert hunting for treasures, and I gotta say, this has now become my second favorite activity in the game. And you can get all kinds of components that otherwise in Haga Basin you'll have to go to specific areas to get them. Particularly after a storm passes, there seems to be more that they spawn. And I don't know why, but there is a level of satisfaction when I do that activity. In case anybody is wondering how I get the water in the deep desert for all the spice, I have currently 4 large wind traps, and that is all I use. Mostly because I harvest the spice only once or twice a week. You know, I spend 1 day, 2 days maybe at most harvesting this, and the rest of the week I'll just log in here and there to process and maybe do some other activities. I don't find the need to use water right away. I don't mind going to sleep, wake up next day, have enough water and process it, and then do it again the following day. I am thinking to redo my base in the deep desert to have more space to add at least maybe 2 more large wind traps. So stay tuned, I will most likely do another build video. If you like the base that I have right now currently going on, I already have a step-by-step tutorial. I'll put the link in the description. Alright, that is pretty much it for this video. Just wanted to share with you guys my experience doing the harvesting as a solo player. It's been positive in my books and I highly recommend it if anybody is thinking whether they should kind of move up to that or not. Alright, there you have it. Thank you all for watching. Enjoy the game, have fun, and I'll see you all in the next video.